Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, let's talk Mexicans. Boxing, Mexican style, punch to the body like a Mexican, all those wonderful things. Mexicans have a very, very good reputation in the world of boxing. But sometimes for the wrong fighters. The real good ones, you rarely hear about Salvador Sanchez. You know what I'm saying? Real bad dude. You rarely hear about him. You hear about the ones that, I'm just going to go, why are we hearing about those? Right now, the real Mexican hero that I would have to say, if you're going to go with a Mexican fighter that's doing like heroic type things and the way they're going about their career and what they're trying to achieve, you're going to have to go with David Benavidez. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, duh, but I'm talking to the Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? Because, most of the time Mexicans are getting into this, he's good, even though we know he's not, but he's still being heralded as that. That's more interesting than just check out your boy. Check out David Benavidez. He's doing things that you expect for these real great ones, that we have right now that people don't like to mention, the Alexander Usyks of the world and the Terrence Crawfords of the world, even the Devin Haney's of the world. And what I mean by that is they're going for the hardest people in their division. They would not allow somebody in their division to be heralded as good as them without at least going actively, saying their name, going after them hard. Whether they get them or not is another story. But we all know for a fact that they have tried. And that's all you can ask for. Politics and the fact that fans let them get away and start, giving the guy they like excuses not to fight them. But we understand that these guys, their money's involved in all of that. But these guys want to fight the hardest guys in their division. They would not allow somebody else to be heralded as good as them. They would just not allow it. Like people back in the days, the Roy Joneses of the world, the Lennox Lewises of the world. They ain't having nobody in their divisions. Just, hey, what you calling him? Matter of fact, in or around their divisions. And David Benavidez seems to be of this cloth. Now, here's some proof. Now, we do know that David Benavidez was Canelo Alvarez's mandatory challenger for who knows how long. It's almost a damn decade. I'm lying. But about a good 3 years. Canelo just refuses to fight this guy. It was all kind of different excuses. And he has been enabled by the WBC sanctioning body, but we're going to do what we can. Actually, Benavidez was the champion. He got stripped, and they just gave Canelo that title when Canelo fought Callum Smith for the WBA title. WBC just added that, so Canelo never really had to fight for the WBC title, which would have been simple. Hey, David Benavidez is the lineal champ. Hey, Canelo, fight him, and you got that title. Never did it, never had to. Different excuses. One was, I don't fight Mexicans, followed by he re-heights too high, but followed by who does he have on his resume except for Andre Darrell, but I'm going to fight Yildirim got more on his resume. Roy Fielding, he got more on his resume. John Ryder, he got more on his resume. No one is saying that those guys was better than Canelo. Even Belanga and your boy Munguia later. No one has never said that they're going to beat Canelo. They were saying David Benavidez. So it was just obvious we're going to avoid Benavidez. In daylight, which means I ain't got discussing it. Because it's in daylight. You guys see it. But at the end of the day, David Benavidez wanted to do that. Right? Fight Canelo. And if you guys say Canelo's so good, then that's one thing that feather in his cap. He really wanted to do that, being his mandatory. But, he fought whoever was hard. And people were like, they understand in boxing annals, everyone understands that Canelo was never going to fight Demetrius Andrade. At 154, for Demetrius Andrade's title at 160 to become undisputed at a middleweight. We ain't doing that either for the most money. So Demetrius Andrade was probably the guy that Canelo was the most scared of. And I'm using scared in his boxing career. And I think that, the fact that, having that close fight with Lara, which Lara probably won the fight if you watch it, I didn't think he wanted to fight a little bit bigger and stronger Demetrius Andrade because he had to deal with Lara. I think that's what made him say, I ain't doing that. I just not messing with no southpaw, awesome brother like that that's punches a little harder than Lara. I'm going to go ahead and just not do that. And, I think that's what made him do that. So we know that. So what did Benavidez do? Say, hey, if you come up here, I'm going to fight Demetrius Andrade. So he did that. He beat Callum Plant too, but, Callum Plant was good. But Dave Benavidez beat him. Then he went and got my boy, Demetrius Andrade, beat him. Is it bigger than Demetrius Andrade? Yeah, but Demetrius Andrade came up, and it's still Demetrius Andrade. He beat him, right? And we thought he didn't want to fight who he's about to fight right now, David Morrell. He didn't have to fight David Morrell. Y'all know I'm really upset that fight's happening without these guys having the opportunity to get some titles or become undisputed at 168 pounds because Canelo is holding up the belts. And the sanctioned bodies, instead of just stripping Canelo and say, Canelo, go ahead and fight these show fights. Jake Paul's over there waiting. Go do that without any belts so David Morrell and David Benavidez could be for undisputed at 168 pounds. Give them the opportunity to get some legacy. No, we let Canelo messes up other people's legacies. That's what irks me. Canelo, if he's going to be you're going to follow him, then you're going to follow him without belts. Then let him go over here and fight Jake Paul. And didn't he want to go up and fight the cruiserweight dude who wasn't that good, but he wanted to go to cruiserweight and fight him, but nobody else? Forget his name right now. Let him go. He can do stuff like that. Get out the way with the belts. That's all we're saying. Just give those up to people who really want to fight him. So they didn't get a chance to do it there. They had to both move up because Canelo just won't fight him, even though they were both Canelo's mandatories over 2 years apiece. So what happens? They're at the light heavyweight division, and so they're going to fight at 175 pounds. Morrell and David Benavidez. So David Benavidez wants to fight Morrell. They're going to be fighting in February. Do you know what David Benavidez is talking about? He wants to fight the winner of two extremely awesome guys in Beterbiev and Bivol. This is what he's going to do. He wants to fight the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol. That's what he wants to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is that not heroic type stuff? Beterbiev and Bivol are awesome. And Beterbiev and Benavidez is going to have a problem beating them. First of all, Benavidez, Morrell is hard enough. You know what I'm saying? But to be thinking, if I can get past Morrell, I'm not resting on my laurels. I'm going against a fight that's probably harder. Bivol is better than all these dudes, quiet as kept. And Beterbiev is a knockout artist. So all these dudes, Beterbiev, Bivol, Morrell are ridiculous. Starting with Andrade, they're all extremely ridiculous fighters. This is who he wants to rub elbows with and to measure himself with. And if Benavidez were to come out of there, first of all, if he comes out of all that, he's going to be top 2 pound for pound. Somebody got to move or something. Somebody or the other dudes better do something, even though it's Terrence Crawford and Usyk. If Benavidez come out of all that, he's going to be pushing up on people. But if he came out of that, do you know what he wants to do? Go to cruiserweight. Now, he would be undisputed at 175. If he were able to accomplish that by beating those people, then we're going to assume that he would have probably got it at 168. That's what we're going to do. We're going to assume. Like I assume with Terrence Crawford that he would have been undisputed at lightweight when he left there because wasn't nobody bad as him. So if Benavidez beats Morrell at 175, then we're going to assume that he was going to be able to do it at 168. That's what we're going to do, right? And so 175, and then goes up here and fights Gilberto Ramirez in a big Mexican dust-up at a cruiserweight division. This is what this guy is trying to do. Is he going to accomplish it? I don't think so, because there's too many bad boys in the way. You know what I'm saying? But for him to want to is what I'm saying. Because y'all boys ain't wanting to. right now. There's too much stuff going on, man. Williams Pater won't even fight the champion. He ain't trying to fight Gervonta Davis or Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? Virgil Ortiz, we hearing right now, oh, he might fight Crawford. I don't think it's going to happen, but okay. But because he could have fought Crawford for Crawford's belt when Crawford was, about to become undisputed. And he didn't. He turned it down twice already. You know what I'm saying? But Jerron Boots Ennis, right? They could have fought when they was both at 147 pounds. Virgil Ortiz didn't want to do that, right? So let's see if he's gonna. They're supposed to be signed to fight Jerron Boots Ennis now. Let's see at 154 pounds. I don't think it's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen, And Ryan Garcia got to be doped before he can fight Devin Haney. Isaac Cruz wouldn't fight your boy Shakur Stevenson either. Y'all remember that? It's just dudes just ain't, we ain't fighting nobody if we ain't got to. Oscar Valdez had to be dragged and kicked and screaming to go to fight Shakur Stevenson. All these guys. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, when it comes to Mexicans right now, David Benavidez has got to be where it's at, y'all. Y'all got to feel that. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.